any. How cool is it to have him back, and just more maturity, more versatility, all the things that he can offer you guys. Pretty significant, obviously.
Yeah, having any back for another year has been incredible for our room, number one. We do have some youth in that room, and he's done a great job getting around those young guys. Obviously with his versatility there too, we can play him in several spots. 0 nose, 3 technique to a 5 technique, but it's great having him back.
What about his personal growth? He talked to me
man.
today about just what you meant to him as a mentor and kind of a father figure, and
Yeah.
I'd imagine it's been pretty significant for you to go from year one to now.
Yeah, if you talk to Annie and maybe, you get an opportunity to learn his story. His story's incredible. Growing up and being with his dad in and out of his life, and, coming to us, and just as a young, big kid, you know what I mean? And he's had so much growth in the aspects of life and being a leader and doing the right things off the field. And for him to have a college degree, being that he came to us as an academic redshirt and then graduating and now working on his master's is incredible. I mean, there's nothing like that, and that's what you love for, like as a coach, you love that.
Who are new guys that you're looking at?
Well, we got some pretty good young guys. Tyler Onier has been really good. He's a big kid from down in Houston. He's a young defensive end. He's kind of like Nigerian like any. He's that big 5 technique to go inside the 0 technique. Jaden Gray has been another addition to our program. He would be that Leo position, young guy out of Dallas. Howard's been around. He's still a true freshman.
Is he throwing any passes?
No. Well, I know coach has got plans for him in the goal line, and I would too at that kind of, with that kind of size running the ball. And then we got, really some of those redshirt sophomores and freshmen that's going to need a big impact in this season. We're talking about Blake Peterson's got to have growth during camp. We're talking about Cordarius Bailey's healthy. Man, we need growth from him. Corey Suttle's another name in there. Johnny Wilson. All of these guys are redshirt sophomores and redshirt freshmen. Like, we have a great older group, and then we're really young, right? So if we can have that opportunity for those guys to come in a game and give us game experience, man, we're going to be pretty good throughout the years.
I know for you, gosh, it feels like it was 10 years ago when we had a live media day.
Yeah.
But Jaquan was running around saying,
Yeah.
hey, we're going to Coach Seed's house, and
Yeah.
I just had some fun with the video.
Yeah.
But what's it been like not being able to do some of those things, like, hey, we're having a barbecue for the guys, or
Yeah.
I guess maybe you can do something socially distanced, but
Yeah,
it's a big change.
It's a big change. All of those things, and my thing as a coach, man, I like to have my guys over and really take the coach hat off. Let them see a man, let them see him being around a father, being a father and seeing that, see how I interact with my family, and then we can all relax and have a good time. They call my wife Mama Sheed. My entire group does, so they have that respect for my family. I can't wait to get them back over again. That's the part we all miss.
How have you seen Isaiah Lee grow, and what have you seen from J.R. Singleton early on?
Well, first of all, Isaiah Lee has done a great job managing his body over the summer and spring. The one thing that he can give us is that he can give us power there. We just don't know how long, and I think he's improved in that aspect of where his stamina has gotten better, where he can now, play a couple series in a game and still be the same guy. Competition in the room all over the place. J.R. Singleton is a young kid, and he wants to play for our program. So that competition there between Annie and Isaiah and J.R. and Howard, man, they're competing for that playing time, and that's what you want as a coach, that competition. But J.R. is going to be a really good young player. He's an intelligent kid off the field. Man, it means something for him to go in the study room and get better, and then he's going to give you all that he has out here on the field, and he's going to walk off, and he's going to go back and study, and he's going to do it all over again. 3.0 kid, man, beautiful family, beautiful kid, but the competition in that nose position is pretty stout. Competition everywhere. man, I have the tough part of every practice. Somebody's not going to get reps, you know what I mean? But you can rotate those guys, and hopefully here by the end of camp, we will have a pretty good 3 deep across the board.
What did you challenge JR with in particular after he got a little bit of time last season? What were some things you still wanted to see him work on?
Yeah, the thing with JR is that he's self-motivated. You know, he's going to be in my office every day and asking those questions. For us up front, it's to have the proper stance and footwork and hand placement. I thought over the previous years, we played high at times and those things. So we, in this off-season OTAs in the summer, we really revamped how we blow delivery and put in our hands, and our guys grasped it well. So all our guys are in after film watching to see how they can get better, but it starts with the fundamental footwork and hand placement.
Coach talked a lot about Zach Peterson the
Oh,
other
yeah.
day. How have you seen him grow?
Zach Peterson is the same guy every day. He's the same guy. He's a 280-pound guy. Now, he is like a load. He is the enforcer in that group. You put him anywhere in the field, he's going to create vertical knockback. Not just that, there's no nonsense with him. He don't play, he doesn't joke, it's work. So he's been a great model for our guys who come in every day to work, being the same guy on the field, not having a bad day, and continue to get better. That's what Zach Peterson does. Now, I mean, he's an incredible kid, and I can tell you, I didn't mention Joey, but he's cut from the same cloth. There's no play there.
I mean, he has as much experience at that position as anybody that you guys have coming back. How important is he in replacing Jaquan?
Well, he's really a Swiss Army knife, Zach Peterson. All right, he can play both sides of it. You know, he can be that end. We can play him at Leo if we get Will tired or anything. Now, again, you got Cordarius Bailey and you got Corey Soto there too. But if we want a guy to the field, man, we want to create vertical knockback on the line of scrimmage, you put Zach Peterson over there. There's no doubt.
I'm sorry, I started to chuckle because you said he doesn't joke, and I was starting to think you can see that on the field.
No, he
the
don't
way
play.
plays, but
He
to
doesn't
see-
play.
You almost have to get him to lighten up every now
No,
and then.
I tell you what, I would say, man, I don't know if I maybe had 5 words of him out of as a freshman. Now we can have great conversations now. He's grown. You know, he's got a girlfriend now, and that's awesome.
He can do a sentence now.
he could talk to you. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's no nonsense. But he has really shown his personality over the years.
What has Cordarius Bailey gone through just to put
Oh.
himself in an opportunity here to play this season?
Man, we don't have enough time really to talk about what he's gone through. You know, you think about 2 ruptures Achilles. Man, those are like career-ending injuries. For that kid to get himself back on the field and ready to go in full speed and I think he's been better than he was when he was healthy. You know, it's so tough for him because he's a guy that, man, football's his love. He loves football. And when I was taken away from him, it was really tough for him. And we had to really pay attention to how his demeanor was, just mental health wise. And like I said, I can't tell you about and talk about all the things he's gone through, the ups and downs. To see him out there running around and doing great things has been incredible for our program, man. He's an incredible kid.
He obviously would know the defense in and out, being around so long, but do you still kind of bring him back a little slowly or give him not as many responsibilities?
Well,
yet,
the last fall and spring, we kind of nursed him through all of those things. We don't have any, he's a full go player. Now it's the physical part of it. He knows the mental aspect of it, but physically he's got to get himself going back. He trusts his Achilles right now fully. He wants to play and those things like that, but there's no, he's ready to roll. He's gonna play some special teams, and man, I think he can be some 3rd down rush for. He's a load, got power in his hands, really good football player.
What do you need to see from Will to feel like he's kind of taking the next steps in his progression?
He's got his rep count will go up. I think today's practice versus Saturday's practice, there's a big improvement of Will in playing a run. Our offensive line's a physical group. Now they'll block us, pretty physical. They won't let our interior down 3 disrupt the running game. So we love that. We love make it hard for us. But I thought today Will McDonald had a better day playing the run. We know who he is in the pass rush. But what's going to happen on first down? Can he stop the run? Man, he's working at it, and I think he's a great improvement from today's practice than it was on the previous practice.
How much of your ones go against the ones? This kind of.
All the time. All the time.
Did you do that last year too during the pandemic?
Oh yeah.
Or was it more just
Yeah.
Stay
That's the new Coach Campbell's motto. Well, we're going to get good on good reps, and that's the best.
You've been doing that all along with him, or
Since the fall.
Since the fall.
Since the fall.
Since
This is last fall. Last fall we went to that model.
I'm sorry, fall of 20.
20.
Last season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, last fall here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to that model when we were practicing good on good. There was really no such thing as a scout team. You know, we goes 1-2s, our 3s or 4s, or could be, scout units. But those are good players. They're good players. But we'll get good on good reps.
So you could be as much of a reason for the improvement. Your side of the ball could be your guys. Could be as much of an improvement. Reason for much of the improvement of the offensive line, right?
Oh yeah, the
I mean,
offensive.
you've helped make them better.
No, the offensive line that's made us better. They're a physical
Would they
group.
say different? Would they say?
Would
they say?
No.
vice versa?
I mean, I don't know. To me, as a defensive line, I want to see physicality.
Yeah.
I want to see guys coming off the ball, and that's what our offensive line provides for us every snap. If you don't have the proper footwork and leverage and play against that group, they're going to embarrass you on the field. That is a physical group. They're making us better. They're making our young guys better who hadn't had those game experience out there. When that thing's physical in there, they know right now, hey, this is what it's going to be on Saturday.
What tripped Matt's trigger on that and doing one-on-ones? Because that's not every team in the country does that.
Yeah, we don't. We don't take a lot of reps. We want the quality reps, and we want the best possible look that we can provide in practice, as close as Saturday as we can get it. It doesn't have to be long. It just have to have great quality to it.
How good is that going to be for Will then? I don't think it's any secret that he's going to get a lot of attention on pass.
Oh yeah,
rushing
they're coming
downs.
for
And knowing that those guys he's going up against every day in practice, they're all really experienced too, and you'll be one of the better lines probably we face every year.
Yeah, Coach Myers and Coach Manning, that group over there is going to find a way not to allow that guy to affect the passer, which is probably going to be identical for Saturday. So he's working against, tight ends. He's working against chip blocks. He doesn't get a lot of single blocks, man. He's going to get, now if he can get a single, he can defeat a single, but it's not that. They're not going to allow him to do that. So he's going to find a way and practice against those things against our offense, which should help him recognize some things in a game when it happens. It's going to happen to him, so he got to practice that way, and our offense provides really good protections for that.
What's his weight up to, and how can that added weight help him in those situations?
Well, Will that's been his deal there, but he's kind of he's got some of that wiry strength, you know what I mean? He's 240 right now. He's working at it every day to get himself at 245 or 250, but that's going to be a struggle.
Yeah, how hard is it to gain weight at this time of year when you're...
It's really hard. Yeah, today every guy's going to drop 9 or 10 pounds, you know that, and it's going to be tough. But with Coach Dave and Coach Rachel, our nutritionists, they're the best in the country, in my opinion. They've been the best for us. We've added the mass, we've added the horsepower, and it's really shown out there on the field. We do a great job rehydrating and getting our weight back up. Solely because of Coach Dave and Coach Rachel. Those two people are critical in our program.
Have you had had any guys that are as strong as he is at the size that he is?
Man, I don't know, man. He's a long drink of water, man, but he can knock some people back, and he can play with power, because he's so explosive. He's a 42-inch, 43-inch vertical guy. So he's got springs in his legs now. He can get out on you, put his hands on you, and create some power that way.
For Howard, if he takes the field this fall, what we've seen from him in practice to where he's able to kind of earn that playing time at nose?
he's gonna have to wait his turn now. He's gonna have to work at it and keep working. I know the special teams world with Howard has been way up, being on punt and those things and kickoff return and those things. That's another way for a young kid to have game experience without playing the position. Anytime you can run out there on game day and you can be out there on game day, that's game experience. We hope that we can gain that experience through special teams, and then as we get, obviously any, but Isaiah comes back as a senior, JR comes back. We don't lose any, but then we hope we have 3 deep there at the end of it.
All right, Coach.